it's Pupmeister, and today I'm going to be introducing you to a new form of mining. I think it's really cool because you get a ton of different ores. It gives you basically everything, like everything you can think of. So what you want is a fairly large open plain like this. Got my village in the background there. We can go in all kinds of different directions here. Now, depending on the ores you want, you could even start this on a mountain like the one behind me, or even taller. So it will take everything from where we are all the way down. And I'm going to show you the easiest way to set it up and a way to mine in which you won't be bogged down with everything that you're mining. We're going to have sort of an automatic elevator for all the kind of stuff that you're digging up, whether it's cobblestone or coal or iron or whatever. It doesn't matter. It'll all go into the elevator no matter what level you're on. It's kind of a neat concept, and I hope you enjoy it. So let's get started. So let's take a look at what we're going to need for this project. You're going to need a couple of water buckets so that you can make an infinite water source. You'll need one soul sand. Now a bunch of this is for the water elevator. You're going to need a bunch of kelp. You're going to need some signs. You're going to need some hoppers and chests, depending on how much storage you want. Down here is some optional stuff. I use glass at the top where the stuff comes out just so I can see it. And you don't even need 37, you just need a few. Ice depends on how long your base floor is going to be. If you want to extend the water flow without increasing the level, like going up one block to keep it flowing, if you want to keep it flat, you're going to need some ice along with the signs. Then other things, you're probably going to want a bunch of torches to light things up. You're going to need a bunch of pickaxes, of course. Definitely efficiency and unbreaking 3. And if you want lots of ore and stuff like that, Fortune 3 is definitely something you might want to take a peek at. And then last but not least, for armor, respiration and aqua affinity may be beneficial when digging through water. And that's about it. So the very first thing you want to do is find the middle of where you want to dig. So wherever the middle is, let's say maybe it's right here. This is going to be your middle. Your surface mine is going to dig all the way that way and all the way that way, and to some extent a little bit widthwise, depending on how wide you want to make it, really. Because it doesn't only need to have one water elevator for your product or ores or stone or everything else you're doing. It can have two, one on each side. So you can throw things in no matter what level you're on and keep on going. If you have a wider one, you can do two instead of one. Not a big deal. Now, the only reason we have so many hoppers and chests is because we're going to be digging up a ton of stuff. So as it comes up, you're going to want to deposit it into chests. You can also make an automatic sorting system up at the top. If you want to go that extra mile, you can absolutely do that, because otherwise your chests are going to be, filled with all kinds of miscellaneous stuff. But that's not a big deal either, because I know you're going to need a lot more supplies and stuff if you want to do an automatic sorter at the top. But that's definitely something you can do, and it'll make your life a little easier in the long run, I think. But if you don't mind manually sorting, that's not a big deal either. So once you have the middle area, what you need to do is dig down. And the best way to do that is be on the middle of 2 blocks like this. And then you can dig, dig, dig. You won't fall if you've come across a big cavern or something. You're not going to fall and kill yourself by accident, which is, never a good thing. And of course, you're going to need, I think I may have forgotten to mention, of course, you're going to need a shovel as well. And you're going to want some efficiency and unbreaking on that one. And just keep digging down and down. And you probably want to go to, I would say, about level 59. Because level 60 minus 59 is what I'm talking about. Because at minus 60, you start getting bedrock. And yeah, you can mine in between the bedrock and stuff like that. But, you want kind of a flat surface for your base, at least at the beginning. Maybe when you're finishing it up at the end, you can dig down, but there probably won't be too much stuff that isn't showing already when you get to level 59. Okay, so we're actually at minus 60 now, I think. Yep, minus 60. So I could actually back one up because as we mine, you're going to see the bedrock underneath you when you're at level minus 59. Okay, so here's the middle of your surface mine, and you're going to want to go both ways. So remember, we're going to want to go this way, and we're going to want to go this way. And we're already getting a few redstone. So as you can tell, we're already, just from digging that, look at all the stuff in our inventory. So we're going to want to create a water elevator. You're going to want a little bit of space to get things going here. I would say maybe 3 high. Let's put a torch so nothing nasty spawns down here while we're trying to put this all together. Just dig out an area. Okay, so you're going to have to pick a side for your water elevator. So let's just put it right here, and it will go straight up. Now we can put it further back in the wall if we want, because this is going to be taking all of our goodies all the way up. So it's going to look like that. Let's put a torch down here and get rid of this one because we're going to have to pile up in order to get to the top there. Okay, so basically we're just piling up. Just go all the way up. And we made it to the top. All right, so remember, it's just one down this way. Now, if you have Respiration 3 on your helmet and Aqua Affinity, this part can be made a lot easier because you can just pop in the water already and then jump in and just start digging. Now, if you're getting close to running out of air, keep an eye on your bubble meter there. It's a very easy fix. We just need to start digging to the side for a moment. And we want to get through all this. All right, so it's getting a little low. So let's dig to the side, move forward like this. And just with that too little thing there, I think I fixed it. There we go. We've got full air again, and we can just keep on digging down. And here we are. All right. So just like that. Okay. So this is going to be our water elevator. And this is where all of our stuff is going to go into. Now, of course, the one thing you're going to need for a water elevator is you're going to need some kelp in order to make all of these blocks here source water blocks. We're going to want a sign right there and a sign right there. And then we're going to have to place some water right there, okay? And that will start flowing this way, pushing things into your water elevator. Now, if you want to make sure there's no issues at all, then you might want to put a block of ice here so that as it flows, it'll just slide over the ice and go up. Now, if you are as low as we are here and the bedrock is starting to get in the way, well, all we need to do is go one up. And in this case, I think that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to go up one level just because with the bedrock getting in the way of the ice, because I think the ice is a very, very, very good idea. We're going to have to break this guy and it'll start flowing again. We're going to have to come one up and put that there. Now that we are up one, we might as well put the soul sand right there. And then it doesn't, remember the ice block I was telling you about? It can be any ice. It doesn't have to be blue ice or anything too exciting. It just has to be regular ice. And then for all this, we can just fill it all up as if we just mined to 58. All right, so there you go. And let's get rid of this. And let's make this just so it all looks kind of the same. And we're going to throw in our water here, and then that is how it's going to work. Okay? And then I'll show you how, while we're mining, everything will feed right into this. So the next thing you want to do is grab your kelp, and you want to go in here and basically plant kelp all the way to the top. And you're probably going to need 2 or 3 stacks depending on how deep you went. And remember, you could start on a mountain if you want certain ores. And I'm going to show you very shortly a chart showing you where the different ores tend to originate. Because if you're after a certain type of ore, you might want to start in the mountains a little bit. All right. And there we are. We made it all the way to the top. So let's take a quick moment to look at the elevation of different ores. Now keep in mind, this is an overall chart, and there are special circumstances to different ores. Like for example, gold might be found a lot more in the Badlands, and some of the ores may be found at different levels, like a batch sort of at the bottom and a batch higher up in the levels. So this is the average place that you can find them. So if we take a look at coal, 95 is the best level to find coal. And of course, it spreads out. The generation range is from y equals 0 to y equals 320. And they can generate in a cluster of 1 to 17 blocks. So in order to keep this from going too long, I'll let you take a look, take a screenshot if you need to, and you'll have what you need. Now it's all the way back down. We've got the water right under us here. So we can just drop down and have our quick way to get back down. And then we can always use our water elevator to go back up. And you can see the bubbles starting there now. So if we go back in, woo, we will be shot right up to the surface. And I'm not swimming or anything right now. The bubbles are just carrying me. We made it to the surface a lot faster than when I was swimming. And then you can grab all of your kelp that you had before. Now I grabbed some glass just because I kind of like to see things. But this will start flowing, okay? And you're probably going to want a little bit of a roof so that things don't spit right out on you and go elsewhere, because nobody would like that, obviously. So when we break this, the water will start flowing. So right about here is where we are going to place our first hoppers. And I guess the more hoppers you have, the better it will be. Because as we dig here, you can see the hopper is facing right there. So this is where we are going to place our first chest, just like that. And then in order to have an organized, simple way to access our chests on the side here, and if you want it easier, because nothing is in our chests yet, so we can always break half the chest, no biggie, and place another chest here, and then we can place the dropper in like that. And you can see now that it's facing into this chest. And then we can make a double chest there, and we can make a double chest here. And I guess we're gonna have to do it this way, like that. And you're going to want an area to just sort of create this whole storage area. And the easiest way to do it is just go back and forth. And then, you know, you're not, if this was straight down, you'd have to put your chest here. So you're kind of wasting sort of one level for your chest. And you don't want to like have to keep going over and over and over, like lower and lower. Like you want to make it as easily accessible as possible, and just kind of keep digging downwards like this. And just keep going back and forth. Like it's pretty much that straightforward. And then we want to place our chest there. And again, crouch, place the hopper into this one, double chest, and on and on and on. And you can make as many of these as you like. And in order to open all these up, you're going to have to just get rid of any blocks that are above them, like that. Okay, so that's basically how the storage system will work, unless, of course, you want to do your own automatic sorting system. And of course, that could be a whole tutorial on itself. So we're just going to do a simple storage system at this point. Okay, so we're going to start with 4 double chests. And let's grab our glass again. And we're just going to fill the sides out like that. And I'm going to crouch and just put some glass on top of our first chest. And remember, you can still open chests when there is glass on top of it. Okay, and then when you break this, it'll flow right over the hoppers. And I think I'll do that. I'll give it one extra sort of place where it can bubble up and fall down and then go into there. But I suppose I could have kept it all at the same level. While we are making this, I suppose we might want to indeed keep it higher because we might want to use this elevator to get out. Okay, and we'll just have to break this or this and just jump out if we're using this elevator to get back up. All right. So basically how it's going to work is as you are mining, you're just going to toss your stuff into the river just like this. And diorite and granite and andesite, that can all be used for trading with villagers and getting gems. So those, if you don't build with them, there is still a use for them. And if there's anything you really don't want, like tough, for example, or you don't really want a lot of cobbled deepslate, well, you can always make a little hole to the side, just like this, and just toss whatever you don't want in here. And it'll eventually just disappear, despawn. So let's go back up. Okay, and we're gonna have to break that one. Okay, and we'll break this one. And there we go. And for now, we don't even have to have anything here because the items are not gonna jump out at the end here. So if you want to see how our sorting system works, well, everything will originally go into this chest and then just work its way down. So all these should be empty, and this is the one that should be holding all of our items, just like that. So now that you know exactly how the storage system works, let's make our surface mine, and then we can go from there. All right, so now that you're down here, the other thing you want to do is decide how wide you want your base to be. In other words, if you're going after, say you want like a lot of diamonds or something, so you want to go fairly wide on the base. And by the base, I just mean the floor of your mine, like how low you want to go and how wide you want that floor to be. Now, if you make it extra wide, you're probably going to need more signs and more ice to keep the water flowing. So for example, we're going to want this. And see, in order to prevent the backflow like this, that's where you put your sign in. And then it won't backflow like this. Now, luckily, right here, we have a spot we can go down. So this is where we're going to put our ice block again. So let's just reach back in here, grab some more ice, throw her down, and then remember, water will flow up to, I believe, 8 blocks. 1, 2, 3. Actually, it'll stop here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So in theory, if I did that right. I can't remember if it's 7 or 8, so we're going to find out very shortly here. You can throw the water in there. Oh, perfect. And then if you want to, say, let's get rid of the flint here. You can just throw the flint into the water like that, and it'll go into our storage system. And then as we keep going, we're going to have to move up 1 block now, because our flowing system needs to keep flowing. So you have 2 choices. If you don't want to deal with all the ice blocks and signs, then you just need to make this 1 block higher. Okay, so this is where we start mining. And of course, this is if I wanted my base, like my floor, to be this wide. So again, there's 2 ways to do it. You can have a sign and an ice block right here, and then you can just keep digging in the floor. But if you were going to go up, this is basically how you would do it. And then you can place your water on block 8 again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, so you're probably going to want some extra water as well. If you're smart, you can create an unlimited water source down here, and then you don't have to worry about it. So just throw one on that side, throw one on that side, and then you've got unlimited water, so you don't really have to worry about running out of water. So there you go. So if you wanted to do it, this is the method to have no ice and no signs. Okay, so you can see anything that's flowing will flow and just keep flowing down this way. And like I said before, the only issue with this is as you go, you're going to have to go 1 block up every time. Okay, so depending on how wide you want this, you can either use this system or the other. So let's say this is as wide as we want our base. So we don't want the floor of it any wider than this. We want to start building up because it's going to take a lot of room, right? You're going to need a ton of space. So I like to just have 3 high ceilings just so I don't feel so claustrophobic. So now that we are at the point of building up, you want to build a staircase. Basically just like this. But the one thing you're going to want to do is the staircase on the right is going to be 1 level lower than the rest of the staircase. So in other words, this staircase is going to continue this way, just like that, and on and on and on. And this will become our stairwell over here. But the very right one needs to remain 1 lower. And if you find it kind of difficult to sort of make that 1 lower, just sort of do it with the bottom one here. And then you can just sort of make a regular staircase. And then when you're done, come back and take 1 level off of the entire stairwell. And that might just be easier to do than sort of mentally going and taking one lower each way. So now you basically want to go all the way to the surface, because this is going to be your surface mine. And every once in a while, you want to throw in a torch, and you want to throw it on the right side because we're going to be digging all this. But this is a great project, and it will give you a lot of ores and even cobblestone and stuff like that. If you're, if you want to build something, you're going to have a ton of building blocks as well as ores. Now you might come across something like this. You're going to have to basically choose between a number of different options. You can either block out the water and keep going, or use sponges to suck it up, or stay underneath the water until you get by it and then continue to go up. I think probably, I'm just going to swim this way for a moment just to see. So we've got a pretty big underwater cavern here. But look at it, what else we can get, with this underwater cavern. The diamonds might be showing. Look at there, there's more. Always keep an eye on your air, though. You don't want to drown down here. So I think I'm going to keep it a little lower until we are by this. For now, we'll just go straight. And we're probably going to have to go straight like this for about 60 blocks. And yes, I should have counted so that I know exactly how far I have to go instead of guessing how far I have to go. So if you don't have any massive issues like I just had issues with water. I mean, I suppose you could have issues with lava as well if you're not lucky. So when we place water, we can see, oh, I placed it. We're going to have to probably put another sign or whatever. So when you do it this way, the water will automatically fall all the way down the stairs and into your flow system. Now remember, when we're done this, you're going to be able to look straight up here and see the sky. So that is basically the size of project that we're taking on here. But you're going to find so many different things while we're doing it. So if you do something like that, you might want to make sure nothing spawns up there or block it all off again. And then you can just keep digging. Now, I'm kind of glad that we had this water reservoir show up underground here because, life isn't perfect. And like I said, it could have even been lava. Now, it wouldn't be that huge in theory if it was lava, but you never know. And as I'm digging here, look at this. I even came across a geode. So I could very easily dig down into here. And now I've got a ton of geode crystals and stuff that I can use. So I would certainly keep this open. I'm going to start digging up here. And let's hope we have now completely... Oh, shoot. Sure, we don't want to make it too easy. Now that you've dealt with the water, how about some lava? All right, Oh, there's lava here too. All right, well, that's okay. Let's just keep going this way. I'm gonna throw a light here until we don't see any lava dripping. Okay, so we got lava dripping here. Wow, so we're dealing with a really big lava lake here. Well, hello, Mr. Diamond. I think I need my water transport system here. So I'm going to expand my water system up this way a little bit. There's only one way to deal with a lava lake like that, and that is coming in from above, putting water down, making it obsidian, and digging down through it. But for now, I think I'm going to try the other side and see if we're any luckier to just dig up to the surface the other way. So let's just go 8-block waterway this way, and then we'll start digging up right away. Okay, so we can put a sign there. And unfortunately, we've got a darn bedrock piece there, so that's not gonna work. I think what I'm gonna do is go up one right here. After all, the other way has gone way further than I actually originally wanted to. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. All right. So there we go, and that will just flow in there. If we wanted to make sure, we could put a block right there so that if things are flying this way, it'll hit the block and drop and go that way, instead of maybe going onto the ice and then this flows the opposite way and maybe it'll get stuck on the ice, which would not be great. So let's do that. And here we go, already getting more stuff. Lapis, lapis. All right, so I'm gonna start building up like we were before. And let's see if this way we have more luck than we did the other way. So this is our wall. So I'm just gonna put a little bit of light up here. That way we won't have any issues with things spawning on us. And of course, if you come across a cave system like this, you can always explore it. And then when you're done mining and exploring, you can just go back. But for now, we are going to wall off this lava, and we're going to keep going up. And here we we came up in our cave system. I wonder if this will give us a little bit of a clue on the other lava, but not really. Well, we have a dripstone cave over here, so there's lots to explore here, if we so desire. So for now, I would say just keep moving the stairs upwards. And if you want to make sure things are safe on this level, especially if you're going to leave it open like this, like go as far back as you can and light everything up so that you don't get any surprises. All right, so let's continue. And like I said, you never know what you're going to come across. I mean, you could come across a mine shaft as well. You could come across a trial chamber. Like, I mean, if you're building near mountains, you could even come across an ancient city, to be honest. So there's lots of reasons why you might want to do this, because you do find a lot of different stuff as you mine. So I've just dug out the other side just because we're getting fairly high. And I thought, you know what, if I need to empty my pockets up here after mining a whole bunch of stuff, then I don't want to have to go all the way back to the bottom in order to dump it. Come on, we're getting so close to the surface here. Do we really need all this extra hassle? And I see dirt. This could be it. Yes! Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Okay. So there you go. And there's my town. So this is where we came up, basically. And I don't know if we'll be able to see this. Here, I'll put a torch on top. And maybe a torch on the side here. And this goes all the way down to our mine now. All right, so let's go this way. And we'll see where the middle of our mine is. Oh, there it is. So it's not crazy far. So here we are. There's the middle, and there's where we came out. So it's going to be much further in that direction because of all the crazy stuff we were dealing with there. That's still empty. So there you go. So that shows you we threw quite a bit, and we still have 3 empty double chests. And this has been filling up quite nicely now, though. But see, as we added more lapis or redstone or diamonds, it just kind of added on top of these piles instead of taking up a separate space. To deal with the lava and come in from the top side, that might be easier. But in order to do that, we need to know the coordinates of where we were for this lava. Thank God I made it. As I jumped, I'm like, oh geez, what if I don't make this? Oh, right, and then we had some diamonds, which I will take. Thank you very much. Wow. Check that out. And then, of course, we hit all the lava. So we're at minus 36. And where are we here? Basically at minus 386, minus 387, something like that. And minus 4 on the X. So let's write that down. No, I still have almost 100 to go. Oh, but thank you. Look at the diamonds. Nice, and these are big chunks of diamonds. Wow, that was like 8. Nice. Those are not Those are not very plentiful anymore. Like that's fairly rare. And then look at this. What did I mention before? Maybe you'll come across a mine shaft. And what did we just do? Come across a mine shaft. And look at that. It's partially in the dripstone cave. Huh. All right. There's some lava down there. Oh. You know we have to check this out. Well, a golden apple. And here we have some lava. Okay. So the question is, where are we here? 393. So this could indeed be part of the lava problem. But that lava is really deep. If we're at minus 23 and our lava problem is starting at minus 38, that's like 15 blocks deep of lava. But it's not everywhere yet. So this could just be a small pool, maybe? Can I block it? No, it's so deep it won't block. And 383. So let's just keep going until we hit our coordinates. And we'll keep this going because it looks like it could certainly be part of the problem. It kind of looks like it's blocking off over there. 385. And here we have water. And this looks strangely familiar. Like this was the water we were trying to not deal with. So look at that, the lava is right behind here. Check that out. Okay. So you are my problem. But I do have a lot of water here to sort of get around the problem. All right, so the question is, what level? Minus 38. Yeah, so we're like 15 blocks down or something. So we're going to be getting a ton of obsidian, which suits me just fine. So we're going to just keep digging here. And this is basically the easy way to get rid of all this extra lava. So I guess if we want to raise the water, we're going to have to use our own buckets. But we have an unlimited amount of water here, so hey. All right, so let's put one there and put one there. Okay, that'll get rid of all the top stuff for the most part. And here we go, we made it to our original stairs. So now we just have to keep building them back up. So we made it through the lava, and this is basically what it looks like. Behind both these walls are more lava. If you come across something like this, you definitely have to come in from the top, place water, and then slowly dig down. And you'll be able to get through it no problem. Obviously, we won't be mining the other side of those. And as you go along and you find other things, you can keep it open. Just make sure that it's safe. You can always place a door to go into those areas if you so desire. And there's the top. We made it. We made it. And here we are on the other side, right by this tree. So how far do we have to go before we see... Oh, there it is. See the little line there for the far other side? So that is quite an area to mine. And you can actually start at any place you like. So you don't have to start up here and mine the surface. You can go all the way back to the bottom and mine out that whole area and then slowly make your way up. So this is really what we have so far. And all we did was mine the basics. So we've got like 37 diamonds, 2 stacks of redstone and a little bit there. We've got gold, copper, lapis, iron. We've got 55 iron there. And the reason the iron doesn't flow through anymore and like fills this up is because this is full as well of miscellaneous items. And if it's a different item that's not in here, it won't flow through. So hopefully this gives you some new ideas on how you can do some mining and find all kinds of stuff. You know, the only thing I didn't run into is a trial chamber. And like I said, unless you're under a mountain, you're more than likely not going to come across an ancient city. But I basically came across everything else. So you can find a ton of different things by mining this way as well. And you never have to go far to get rid of your stuff. You just throw it into the rivers that are flowing and all your stuff goes right to the surface where you need it. And you can manually sort it, or like I said, put in an automatic sorting system. It's completely up to you. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Bye for now.